Hello everyone. In this video I'm going to run through how to install the Helix Freeform rigging and animation toolset. This is a Freeform rigging and animation toolset developed for V1 Interactive, and we're starting to work at open sourcing it. Right now this is a kind of closed beta, so only people with permissions to our GitHub are able to download and help us test out some setups before we release it to the wilds. So when you're logged into your GitHub, you want to go to GitHub, Helix Freeform Rigging, Freeform Tools, Releases. You'll come to this page where you'll have the Freeform Tools beta. Go ahead and download the source code and the bin.zip. The source code file or zip is about 25 megabytes. My Wi-Fi is being kind of slow today. Alright, with those downloaded, you can grab both the zip files and pull them over to the folder that you want to have your tools install in. This folder, it doesn't really matter where it is. We'll be using a system environment variable to point the code to it. So you can put this pretty much wherever you want. And these are already packaged in a folder, so you don't need to extract it to a folder. I'm just going to extract it directly here. I want the bin folder to be inside of the tools. Let me extract here as well. And when Maya downloads or compiled DLL files, it will sometimes block them. You'll see that if you go into right-click Properties, there'll be an extra section on the bottom that tells you it's a blocked file. If you see this, you can either right-click, go to the settings for each file individually, or I included a quick little PowerShell command that will run through all the files in the directory that this command file lives in and unblock them. So you can just run this and it will unblock all the files in here. Since I've downloaded this from the same location a number of times, it seems Windows has started to trust it. Right, with that downloaded and all installed here, we want to grab this file path location, and go to the Start menu and type environment, or start typing environment. We have Edit System Environment Variable. It brings up the system properties. We can do environment variables, and then we have system variables, which we'll do new. This one is called V1 Tools Root, all capitals. Just paste that path in there. For those that may not know, environment variable is just a way of providing some piece of data to a program that can refer to just how it sits on your operating system. And you can do them per user as well. So my tools can ask the operating system, what is V1 Tools Root? It'll give me this path file, and then I can use that to extrapolate where all the rest of my tools are. Right, with that all set up, then we want to go into the freeform.python folder. There's a user setup file that's sitting here waiting for you. And this goes into your documents, Maya version scripts folder. And you will have to have run through the previous tutorial. I'll include a link in the video's description. for installing Python.net into your Maya. Otherwise, you'll get some errors. That should be all you need to do. Let's open up Maya. Alright, once Maya is open, we can open up the script editor. It looks like Maya has not quite finished its opening. It's a lovely little thing that Autodesk decided to do to make the UI appear faster, even though the program's not usable for another minute. Alright, once Maya has finally finished actually loading, you can open up your script editor, scroll to the top, and you'll see our tools logging telling you that the .NET install was successful. You should see exactly this at the top of your script editor. .NET setup, importing CLR, and then adding the Helix resources, Helix Freeform, or Freeform.core and Freeform.rigging assemblies, which are those DLL packages that we downloaded. If it says it can't find the assemblies in these messages, that means you need to unlock your files that we showed in here. Unblock all DLLs or unblock the DLLs. If they're blocked, they're not readable by any other program, and the CLR module that tries importing them just tells you that they can't be found even though they exist. With that all set up, you can go ahead and run import rigging.usertools from a Python tab in the script editor. Then rigging user tools Helix rigger, and show. And you should see the Helix tools launch up and be ready to use.